I've been working on a project. The project is a two-part series in which I discuss master's degrees and not doing master's degrees with two of my friends. We're coming around to the time of year where third year students usually, but other people I'm imagining, think about whether they want to do a master's after their degree. They think about whether it could actually benefit them at all. So I thought I would make this series to give an idea of what master's degrees are like from people who are doing them, and also from the perspective of people who aren't doing one and what other options there are to do. For my degree, I did a joint honours, so I did film and creative writing, and I decided to do completely remote learning, partly to do with the whole pandemic situation. I thought it would be interesting to get the perspective of someone who isn't doing a 100% remote course. This is the first part of the series. This is my interview with Thom. Go ahead, get right into it. Welcome to my little interview. This is Thom. Thom, do you want
Hello.
to introduce yourself?
I'm a writer.
I'm a writer. Embrace it. That's what we went through 3 years of lectures
Yeah.
of them trying to get us to do.
I now have proof of it now.
You now have proof of it. You have a degree and you're doing a master's. What was your thought process when you chose to do a master's then?
I was always going to do a master's in creative writing. Like, I always had it in my head from the moment I started. I was like, oh, I might as well do one because I feel like I could stay out of the workforce for a year longer. But I also feel like I thought it'd be important to do one just anyway, just because it's there. But sort of through third year, I kind of felt like I kind of know what I'm doing now, because they spent time teaching us how to get in touch with agents and how to like contact them properly and that sort of thing.
Yeah, they gave you.
Um,
I feel third year was the year where they really kind of. It wasn't just haha, write a little story. It was like,
mhm.
oh, we're doing real things now.
Yeah, it was all proper profesh,
Yeah.
and making us take it seriously and think about it commercially and that sort of thing. But I sort of decided against it, but I was tied into this accommodation 2 years because I like pre-planned it, so I would just have this for the masters.
Were there any options that you decided that you'd considered before you decided to do a master's? And like, why did you not do
Well,
them?
I've always been meaning to start a blog for ages, but it's
Mm.
just like actually bothering to set it all up and like do all
Oh
the
yeah,
artsy stuff and included and making it all look nice. Because I never got around to doing it until he forced us to do it in third year for an assignment. Um, I thought about getting into that sort of thing properly, blogging stuff and writing stuff all the time. Because on my blog, I kind of write about video games for fun, because, I mean, I just like writing about them and like write about the odd film and the odd TV show or whatever.
I feel like when you write about stuff that you're interested in, though, people are more likely to want to read it rather than if you're just like producing stuff for the sake of it.
Yeah, I like it's something that I've kind of wanted to do just for fun. Like I mainly want to be an author, but it was like something I was thinking about. But like whilst doing a master's, it's pretty difficult to upkeep it, I think, because we'll get onto it a bit. But it's just the way my master's is structured. It's incredibly hard to have any fun.
Yeah.
I yeah, but like if I wasn't stuck in this accommodation doing a master's, which is like it's not something that I don't not want to do, but I'd rather not do it given the choice. I'd probably be just full on writing, just all the time whenever I
Yeah.
can, because once I just lock myself in a room and switch the phone off, I can get a lot of work done.
It's kind of different with me because I kind of last minute chose to do the masters. That's why I was like, oh, I'll do the remote one rather than do it with De Montfort, because otherwise I'd have to figure out how to get accommodation again. I'd have to spend more money doing it that way. And with Open Uni, because it was part-time, it kind of just, you can pick and choose in the week when you want to do the work. I was writing all of summer anyway, so I was like, I might as well get grades for it and get another degree if I'm just going to be writing non-stop.
Yeah, I kind of get that, because I was going to do like a sequel to the book that I wrote in third
Vesuvian
year
Man.
for the
Link,
for
link in the bio.
the link in the description. Oh, we're such YouTubers. Yeah, I was going to do a sequel to that anyway, but I thought, but because I'm doing this masters, I thought I'd have to do a dissertation, and it is a dissertation, but it's not really. I have to do like a fictional thing.
Yeah,
It's like about 10,000 words or something. So it's the same as last time,
yeah.
except you're expected to do more research. But because I was doing a sequel to it anyway, and I was planning to do that to begin with, I thought I just might as well do it with this anyway.
Yeah, true.
It'd be easier. I wouldn't have to think about it. So
To be fair, I think as
that's good.
well, having a deadline for something, it'll it'll make you get it done, if you get what I mean. Whereas otherwise
Yeah.
you would be like, oh, I've got distractions, I've got this going on. The next question is kind of ties in. How's your course in terms of workload? Like, how does it compare to your bachelor's?
The way our bachelor's degree was set up, I did single honours, so we did something like 5 or 6 modules or something. And it'd be stretched across the whole year, and we do like a lesson and maybe a lecture, or like one per week. But the way it is now, like the way they advertise the master's degree, it's like depending on if you're doing full time or part time, you can choose to have it on Monday or Tuesday,
Mm.
and you could choose if you wanted to have it in like the 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. slot or the 6 to 8 p.m. But the way it is now, I think I don't know why they've changed it, or if it's because they're expecting more people and they've changed it so everybody is doing on Monday 2 p.m. till 8 p.m. in like one big chunk, so it's like 6 hours worth of lecture time,
Jesus.
which is really fun. I really like that.
Woo!
Um, and I did, and basically what they do is they give you like a lecture on something. There might be some audience participation. Well, yeah, it started as being in person, and we only have like 15 people on our course, so everyone has to stay really far away from each other.
Yeah.
And the reason they have to do that is because apparently we're just short of the quota for having online lessons. Like we've got just enough people to have it in person safely. But I don't understand how it's not efficient at all. Like because there's
It's not
people.
efficient, and also I feel like it's still not super safe anyway. Either way you
No, it
have it.
isn't though. But when it was the second lockdown just happened, Simon kind of demanded, who's the lead of the master's degree, he kind of demanded that we go online. So from about the start of November, um, it's been all online in this
Yeah.
Blackboard collaborate thing. What they do is that you'll do a lesson on whatever it is, and then they'll give you about 8 essays to read, 8 academic
Mm.
essays. Everything's like Atwood, Plato. There'll be like things like all like proper heavy academic writing stuff. Um, and there'll be sometimes there's like 30 pages of it, and it's like find yourself reading about 100 different pages of stuff. It's passed off as homework, right? But when you get to the next lesson, you're not really talking about it that much, and it doesn't really feel worth the time. The way it is now, we have like about 10 modules, but
Mm.
you go through it on like we've completed 2 modules already, but it's just like you hammer through it on a week by week basis. So there's like what's coming up now is like a 12-week period in which we do 2 different
Mm.
modules, and at the end of it we do the assignment, and that's that module done.
How's the study organised on your course? So, like, remote, in person, like, oh yeah, contact hours
Well,
with
yeah.
other students. Like, how often do you actually get to
Well,
talk to people?
they said at the beginning, I think, that you have to Skype them at least once a week, but I think I've only had one Skype call with Simon, and I haven't done it. I don't know if other people have, but I don't feel like there's much use if you don't need to. It's not like a thing where we have to go with other students. We have to talk for like at least once a week.
Yeah.
We haven't had a group project yet, but that will probably be a thing. Can't imagine what it would be, and it would also be difficult to meet up because the way the library, they close the library at 6 o'clock in the afternoon now, so there isn't really a lot of time to go in there and meet up, and also there's less space as well because they have to space everything out. Like someone on our course set up a WhatsApp group
Oh yeah.
to get people talking to each other, and it's like there was a brief period which I wasn't in at all. I like missed the first 3 proper weeks because I had to self isolate. So I was like trying to get to know everybody properly, and that's the only kind of out of contact hours we have.
With the
contact us, I found, obviously because mine's completely remote, like you don't really talk to people at all.
Yeah.
We made like a WhatsApp and there's like Facebook groups and stuff, but you don't really get to know anyone. You more just talk about, like, people will be like, ooh, I read this book, or ooh, help me with this assignment thing. So I think because we've already had the 3 years at uni, I think it's given us the space to be like, yeah, I've made my friends. It'd be nice to get to know people better, but I feel like it's not the end of the world because, like, we already know people. That's just my opinion. I'm not being I don't want friends. I'm just being like, it doesn't feel like I'm super isolated, if you get what I mean. Are you happy with the course so far, and do you feel it's currently worth it?
Well, I got a discount. I got a 2-1, so that meant I was allowed to have it cheaper. Well, like the way it is, if you're from De Montfort already and you got a 2-1, you get it for half price. Instead of it being 8,100, it's 4,050. I've been talking about this a lot recently in terms of tuition fees being like worth the degree, but it's never gonna feel like it's worth it ever, because it's just like you're paying all this money for less lessons that you get at school. I don't know if my master's degree is worth it. Master's degrees are like maybe for people who want to teach, aren't they?
Where do you hope the masters will take you?
Be an author. I'd like to continue writing about games and stuff if I have free time.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of do Twitch streaming as like a part-time thing.
Link in the bio.
And I'm just plugging it in. Yeah, I do like, I've taken a wee break from it because I've got this week and I'm doing assignment stuff, but I'll be starting again next week. And I would like that to go somewhere, but if it doesn't, I'm not really asked because I would kind of want to try books.
Yeah.
But it would be nice if it went somewhere, and I'm just trudging along with it, and it's going okay.
That's kind of the same with me with YouTube, because obviously I used to do it when I was younger, and it's weird because I got quite a few views when I was younger, but it's because I made like One Direction collection videos. So it was like, yeah, all the fangirls loved me. But then I was like, this is cringy. I can't keep this. And then I stopped making them for a few years. And then obviously started back up again. But I feel I make sometimes quite niche videos that like literally just people who I know would watch. I'm making something.
Well, I mean, it's kind of like it's the idea that you're making a thing. It's not like the goal isn't to.
The goal isn't I want to blow up. I'm gonna start the next hype house full of writers.
Well, yeah, it's like, that's the thing I have as well. While I was talking about it, it's like writers on like social media and stuff are like the least cool people ever. they're so uncool, and it's just like I can't feel like I can go, oh, I'm a writer in my bio, because it's embarrassing. Because essentially what they do is they like, oh, I'm reading Robinson Crusoe and having a croissant. Like, why? It's like, well, so I want to kind of, I would like to go and put my foot down. It's like I'm going to pave the way for writing to be cool again, to be like a sort of like when like Lord Byron was a poet, he was like kind of a celebrity person. Whereas now it's just like Ian Rankin sort of lives in a cottage in Edinburgh.
It's like the coolest you'll get is if like you get a TV show or like a film series made out of your book, but even then you're not like in the film. You're just like, I came up with that. Maybe I should have stuck with Wattpad, and maybe I would have had a amazing Netflix film. Thank you for your time. Thank you for being my interview.
You're welcome.
This is
It's been a pleasure.
Oh, it's just because I'm so funny and entertaining as a interviewer. Bye bye.
Bye.
Thank you for watching. I hope this video was somewhat entertaining, enlightening. Part 2 of my series will be an interview with my friend Maddie, who's not doing a master's course, but she's doing other things. And that will probably be out sometime next week. Stay tuned. I've put links down below to my social medias and also to Tom's social medias, so if you want to give either of us a follow there, Thank you for watching.